Knew it was going to be a wild and crazy and fun and exciting weekend. I mean, we've got playoffs, we've got so many other things already going on, but you see, it just never gets boring with all of the other action that's taking place with the inauguration tomorrow. But add to that, we have excitement around TikTok. We have excitement around meme coins. Of course, we got to change the government. How much can we take in just a few hours? Musk spoke at the rally today. Trump has doubled, apparently, according to what we're hearing. He's going to sign 200 executive orders tomorrow, and ICE agents are already lining up to start picking up criminal aliens on Tuesday. There's more. There's more. Anyway, in Tesla news, tons of rumors that the Model Y Juniper will be announced and put on the website for US sales next week. Earlier, the rumors were for February, but now they're for next week. Don't know if it's true or not. We don't know whether these are just rumors, but that would lead to a lot less Osborning and with a lot less difficulty selling the old model because they could begin to pick up those sales for the actual Juniper, make the difference between the two. People can make choices. Now, part of that rumor is based on a lot of promotional activity around the Model Y's inventory. There's some very, very good sales on Model Y inventory right now if you're interested in picking up an old Model Y. So then, okay, then this particular one says that the reports of HW3's death have been greatly exaggerated, with FSD version 12.6.1 finally beginning to make its way out to everybody. Tesla's AI team is still hard at work improving FSD on Hardware 3 vehicles. I think this is Tezarati. I forgot to note it. We've definitely seen a great step forward since V12.5. While Model 3 vehicles are still waiting for 12.61 to roll in, we're already looking at the future as far as new features. So number one is that reverse would be making its way to Hardware 3, according to Elon Musk. He jokingly pointed out that it probably stresses out the A1 model quite a bit. The path planner, the A1, that would be the AI model, quite a bit, putting the vehicles in situations where it's required to reverse, such as lining up for a three-point turn. In other words, what he's saying is that right now, the AI model is probably all stressed because it doesn't have the ability to reverse. Right now, FSD will draw squiggly lines all over the screen with its path planner. FSD usually won't give up until it really can't move any further. It'll inch forward as far as it can, try planning the path to a three-point turn. So for now, FSD on Hardware 3 vehicles isn't allowed to shift in reverse outside of Auto Park. So it can't continue. We'll stall out and then wait for you, of course, the user, to take over. With FSD version 13 on Hardware 4, we saw the vehicles gain the ability to unpark, reverse, and start. You already know all that. I think I've gone too far with this article. By the way, Cybertruck doesn't have reverse either, and it's also expected to be getting the reverse very shortly. According to Tesla's official Cybertruck account, also commented on Elon's post, mentioning it's like an itch that can't be scratched. Here's hoping the Cybertruck gets it soon. All in all, it's a big positive that Elon, as well as Tesla's VP of AI, Ashok 𝐒𝐦𝐚𝐲, have continued to acknowledge that changes and improvements for FSD on Hardware 3 vehicles are still coming. Should acknowledge that they're still expecting the hardware to work. But of course, we know that they will retrofit if necessary. Now, let's talk about the stock for a minute. This is the first time I've ever quoted this particular technical analyst posting data on X. He calls himself Mr. Mike Investing. Do you guys know this guy? Let me know in the comments if you're a fan. He says, it's happening. Tesla is going to have the biggest breakout in its history this week. Wow, that's a statement. On Friday, the institutions loaded tens of millions worth of February $600 plus calls as Tesla heads to becoming the most valuable company. He says 500 is coming by February. Mark my words. Okay, we'll mark your words and check back with you. You guys can, if you guys are keeping track of various estimates, I don't think he's necessarily wrong about 500 in February. I think that's very doable, depending, of course, on all the regular stuff, the macroeconomic situation. But given the optimism around the Trump, we'll talk about more of that in a minute. Let me hold off on talking about the optimism around Trump. At the rally today, there was a rally today, an indoor rally, given the conditions on the ground. At the rally, Elon was invited to speak. Little X was there too. So X will have lots of pictures, lots of videos to watch later about his exploits as a 4 or 5 year old, whatever he is now. Anyway, Elon says this. He says, we have to make significant changes. We have to cement those changes. We have to set the foundation for America to be great for a century and forever. So that is, yeah, that is absolutely true. This is Randy Kirk. Hit like, subscribe, notify, join Patreon, support the channel, please. I haven't had anybody for a week. We need more. We need more people to join Patreon. Okay, and then what else do I want to tell you? Oh, yes. Later on tonight, there will be one final video at 7:45, and that'll be a video about Optimus and a lot of the stuff that's happening on Optimus that's come out this week, things that have come out about other robots that speak to the future of Optimus. I think you'll very much enjoy this video later, and there's a second part to it also. Talking about a little history of the Biden administration and its impact on Tesla. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Anyway, that'll be coming out later tonight. All right. What to make of Trump and the Melania meme coins? Over the last 36 hours, the crypto game has been hit by weirdness that you just can't explain. You can't begin to get your arms around what's taking place. All of the experts are weighing in on X, but none of them know what to make of it. First, you had the Trump meme coin come out, and it went crazy. People made and lost fortunes over the last 36 or so hours. People obviously, got in early, made a lot of money as it was shot way up, and then it dropped like a rock, and then it went back up again, and all the commentary. I mean, people, literally investing, $100,000, and a few minutes later, it's worth millions. You can't make this stuff. It's so crazy. Anyway, and then after the Trump coin was out for 24 or 36 hours, whatever it was, then Melania introduces her own coin. And then that was announced and started trading. And when that happened, the Trump coin dropped like a rock. So what do I think about all this? My first thought is it makes the entire meme coin and even Bitcoin concept seem like a joke. I mean, it really calls into question the entire concept. I mean, I'm no expert. I've been saying there's plenty of really smart people that think that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are going to be the thing. It's going to save the world from inflation. It's going to do all these wonderful things. And I'm not saying they're wrong. They could be 100% right. I really don't know. And then there's a whole bunch of other people that I think are very, very, very smart who think that it's complete, worthless. It makes no sense. And these are really smart people. So I wish I knew. But coming out with these two meme coins and having them go into the billions and billions and billions of dollars of capitalization in market cap within hours, and then drop billions of dollars in market cap. I mean, it's just really crazy. What do you guys think? All right. I also wanted to think for a minute, and other people have been talking about the ethics of the decision, the wisdom of the decision by the Trump team, or by Trump. And maybe it had nothing to do with Trump. He has probably licensed his brand. Melania has apparently licensed her brand. Don't know if these two things were in any way, shape, or form directed or decided upon by the Trumps themselves with regard to the timing, whether they were even knew about the timing. Obviously, President Trump cannot access any money that he's gaining from this because all of that is, been put into a trust fund until he's done with the presidency. So I have no idea about any of that. What I can tell you is that this is what I came out. This is how I came out at the end. Right? They are both just citizens, and they have no particular legal wall against doing this as citizens. Now, tomorrow he becomes president, and that changes everything, and that may be why the timing. Now, some could say that the timing was, to maximize the value, and maybe it does, maybe it will. I'm not 100% sure with the Trump brand being what it is. I'm not sure that he couldn't have done this anytime within the last year and still, created quite the uproar. So maybe you guys have another opinion. Love to hear what you think about this from the standpoint of the timing. Hopefully, they didn't do this in any kind of way to create chaos, because we know that Trump has specifically said he thinks that doing something with the cryptocurrencies with regard to some kind of people are complaining, calling it a reserve currency, as opposed to a stockpile. I don't know what the difference is. Anyway, again, love to hear your thoughts. Well, then, in addition to that, if we didn't have enough confusion, of course, TikTok, the Supreme Court last night decided that TikTok would have to be closed up. So it went dark. And then with another win for Trump, he looks like the hero, because today he said, look, I'm going to give it a 90-day hiatus starting tomorrow. I can't do anything today, but that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. And he asked all the people like Apple and whatnot to put it back into action again so that people could use it. And the thing comes up, the pop-up that comes up when people get back on says, thank you, President Trump, for getting us back online. That can't hurt. That can't hurt. Anyway, let's talk about what's coming up this week. We've got, of course, a short week, because tomorrow is Martin Luther King's birthday, and it's birthday celebration, and it is also the inauguration. So plenty of reasons for having the markets closed tomorrow. We have on Wednesday, there's nothing either, not a single. I mean, there's people that are announcing their earnings. We'll talk about that in a minute. But in terms of economic reports, nothing. On Thursday, we've got initial jobless claims. They're expecting that to be about flat. Let's call it flat. Again, I have no way to say up, down, or sideways. I don't think it'll be out of it'll be crazy one way or the other. Existing home sales come out that morning, and based on what we're hearing, the suggestion here, they might be up from 4.15 million to 4.2. That might be true given what we're hearing. It'd be shocking to have those kind of good numbers in December. We got January consumer sentiment, which is expected to remain neutral at 73.2. Again, it would seem like consumer sentiment. Well, again, there might be. We've seen this what do you call it? Anxiety about the future that might be moderating it. But again, you're going to see something in a minute that might cause you to think optimism is quite strong. Then continuing on. Wait, that's not on when. That's on Friday. What did I say? So there's Thursday was the initial jobless claims. Yes. What was on Wednesday? Tuesday. There is something on Wednesday too. I made a mistake. I don't know what it was. I'm so sorry. Okay, on Friday is the existing home sales, and then consumer sentiment, and then also the flash services and flash manufacturing. S&P put out their numbers, and neither one of those have any kind of a guess from the folks that they asked to vote. So what else? We have earnings. So this week we have United, Alaska, and American Airlines all providing their earnings. There's a lot of confusion in the airline space right now, with I think 2 of them bankrupt or nearing bankruptcy. But it also will give us some indication, especially with Alaska as the #1 airline now. I think, are they #1? I think #1. I'm not sure. Let me take that back. They're #1 in something, but are they #1 in revenue? I don't think so. Okay, so anyway, but these 3, United, Alaska, and American, are obviously way up near the top. It'll give us some indication, but I'm pretty sure they're going to show that travel is alive and well. Johnson & Johnson and P&G are also have their earnings out, I think, Tuesday. And I think the airlines are different days during the week. But that Johnson & Johnson and P&G will give us some idea what the consumer's thinking. And I'm sure they'll give us some ideas in terms of inflation, both on input as well as on retail. And then Netflix has their earnings this week, which will be the only real significant player in the tech space that has anything this week. All right, so there's a poll out from CBS News that was on with regard to optimism about the next 4 years with Trump as president. The optimism was all above 50% for all the groups that they talked to. But are you ready for this? Among people my age, the old folks over 65, optimism was at 51%. That was the worst. That was pretty good, 51%. Oh, no. From 45 to 64, I guess that would be more or less the X-Gens. They're at 60%. They're super optimistic. The 30 to 44s, is that the millennials? I can't keep track. They're at 62%. And the Z-Geners are at 67% enthusiastic, optimistic. How about the next 4 years? Where's that coming from? Okay, very interesting. I'm telling you, this tomorrow is going to be amazing. Next week is going to be amazing. All of 2025 is going to be amazing. Stay tuned. Watch this show. Tell other people they need to watch it also. All right, what's coming up? I already told you later tonight. I got that show coming up where we're going to talk about the last 4 years a little history lesson, and we're also going to be talking about Optimus, so a little bit of futurism, but I'm going to get into some real details about where we are right now with Optimus based on some stuff that has just been put out, including anyway, check it out. You're not gonna want to miss it. This morning, you want to go back. I'll put the whatever it's called. I'll put the card up. Brian Wang and I talked about nuclear. We talked about the coming explosion. I hate to use that term, but that's what it is. It's going to be crazy how many nukes are going to be built in the next 4 or 5, 6 years. It is a very big deal. Brian is an absolute expert in this category. I'm telling you, he knows his stuff from A to Z. We'll look at mini nukes. We'll look at the different kinds of nukes. We'll look at the companies that are really at the forefront of being able to deliver some of these nukes over the next 4 years, 5 years. It is a stunning, stunning change in the way things are going to be going forward with regard to energy. You don't want to miss that. Okay, so like, subscribe, notify, and then hit that, go on down into the description. You'll find the Patreon button. It's not that hard. The link, and you just hit the link, and it really takes like 2 minutes to set it up. It's really not hard. Okay, that's all I got for you right now. As always, it's been great talking to you.